Hey, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. As promised, we're going to do this on Monday because I forgot I didn't watch NXT. But to cover that now that I have, is with me always is T-Money, King of Puppies. There you go. So let's go ahead and do April 30th, the last day of April in 2019 for 205 Live, and the beginning of the May 1st for NXT. Starting off with 205 Live, we have the beginning tag team match with the Lucha House Party and the returning Sin Brothers, saying that they were undefeated because they literally didn't lose a match when 205 Live first started out, and they have been on SmackDown since. So they end up coming back claiming that they were undefeated and lost to the Lucha House Party. That's funny. Meanwhile, coming from the back to the stage afterwards is Mike Kanellis attacks Brian Kendrick. And then Akira Tozawa comes to aid him and attacks Mike Kanellis. Ultimately, that is still just heated rivalry just going on. Okay. Words would be told between Arya Davari and Tony Nese, waiting for Money in the Bank or his shot at the Cruiserweight title, where Tony Nese, the champ, fights former rival and frenemy basically, Drew Gulak, and ends up beating him in that match, which pretty much that's an hour long. That's it. So we're trying to do this quick because we're also going to cover Impact's last Friday. So here we go. While he looks up May 1st, NXT, we'll be right back. And we're back. On May 1st would be the premiere match of Japanese international star Kushida. So that's looking forward to. But for first, we have a six-man tag match of the Forgotten Sons versus Humberto and Oni Lurkin and Danny Burch. Sadly, thanks to the powerhouse teamwork of the Forgotten Sons, they end up getting a win. They are heel faction, and ultimately, people are just hating them even more. At the Performance Center, we would have Bianca Belair telling Mia Yim to keep her name out of her mouth. Hopefully later on we have a match between those two. For those who don't know, Mia Yim used to be known as Jade from the Playhouse, as well as by Rosemary,
the Dollhouse.
Yeah, Playhouse, Dollhouse on Impact Wrestling, and was known as Blue by Rosemary. Yeah. So that's gonna be fun. We have Dominic Dozovic versus a newcomer, Mansoor. And Mansoor's pretty good, but didn't stand up to the Mr. Feast Your Eyes, Dominic Dozovic. And it's sad that they end up forgetting about it. I don't know if they did it, not on camera, but they have not fought. Bask in His Glory, Keith Lee versus Feast Your Eyes, Dominic Dozovic, the two giants of NXT, are no longer going to be fighting each other. That's a waste, man. Yeah. Although because of what Dozovic said, that he has his eyes in towing Velveteen Dream, the North American champion, to feast his eyes on him, well, I highly recommend looking up this footage and finding out, because apparently Velveteen Dream made an appearance after his victory against Mansoor and says the Declaration of Independence, not say, can you say? Well, he remixed it in his image with his name and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And I'm saying this because I'm an equalist. You know a lot of racist motherfucking white people are mad that a black man just rewrote the national anthem. Oh, but everybody was loving it in the audience. Everything, Velveteen, Velveteen. And they were trying to sing along with it because he had the freaking lyrics showing up on the Megatron big TV on the back behind him. They were singing along with him. Or trying to. We then have the Undisputed Era make their claim on Matt Riddle's fighting the mouthpiece, as he's being called, of the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, baby. And Adam Cole is such an idiot. He actually drops the bomb and says that Roderick Strong dropped the ball last week. And he's like, really? Because it was his fault. His fault because he punched and kicked the hell out of Rich Strong. By accident, you idiot. You saying he dropped the ball for getting a loss? You caused it, dumbass. Even Fish is like looking at him saying like, dude, bad timing. He's like, what, he can't take a joke or a loss? Dumbass. Finally, the main event would be Kushida versus Cassius Ohno. Two powerful strikers and tacticians. Technicians?
Yeah.
I thought it was tacticians. No. Technicians at hand and at play. Ultimately, through the entire match, while Cassius Ohno was working on the head of Kushida, Kushida was working on his left arm, ultimately putting him in the hoverboard arm lock and got the win by submission. And he was flying around. He was doing kicks, flips, tricks. Also, he was bleeding in the match, courtesy of the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno. Gave him one hell of a fight. And yes, he's still rocking that Back to the Future gimmick. Hell yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for this. We thank you for watching. It's under 10 minutes. Yay! Shout out to our boys, Xavier Hill and Mike Henry. A link to their YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below, as always. And also, as always, a shout out to our remaining Heaven Monsters podcast members, Renee, Farrell, Andre, Chris Petrie, and Delvin. So, hopefully we end up getting another good matches and new competitors in NXT very soon, because that was good. That was good matches. We will now cover Impact Wrestling in the next video coming up next. So if you like it, let's do it. You liked our video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button if you like the content, and hit that notification bell for the next Heaven Monsters podcast. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.